Art has always been a mirror reflecting society's soul. In the year 500 AD, significant cultural shifts began to emerge, driven by the power of artistic expression. How did these changes redefine human experience and interaction? In the early stages of the Middle Ages, art was heavily influenced by the decline of the Roman Empire. The chaos of this period gave rise to new forms of expression as communities sought identity in a changing world. The rise of Christianity marked a turning point in artistic expression, leading to the creation of religious art that communicated spiritual narratives. Churches became the heart of creativity, inspiring artisans across Europe. Illuminated manuscripts became a significant art form during this time. Monks dedicated their lives to creating these intricate works, merging text and imagery to preserve knowledge and convey religious teachings. The Byzantine Empire, known for its rich artistic heritage, blended classical traditions with religious themes. Iconography flourished, creating a visual language that transcended borders and time. During this era, secular art also began to emerge. The focus shifted towards daily life and human emotion, laying the groundwork for future artistic movements that would celebrate individuality and experience. With the spread of trade routes, cultural exchanges between East and West became more pronounced. This interaction fostered a fusion of artistic styles and techniques, enriching the creative landscape of the time. Additionally, the importance of guilds in regulating artistic practices emerged. These organizations became pivotal for artisans, providing training and ensuring quality in artistic production, which fostered community and innovation. The influence of art during 500 AD was not confined to Europe. In Asia, dynasties like the Sui and Tang were cultivating their own cultural masterpieces, showcasing the universality of artistic expression across civilizations. In Africa, artistic expressions were deeply intertwined with community rituals and storytelling. The use of masks and sculptures conveyed cultural identity and history, emphasizing the significance of art in social cohesion. As art evolved, so did its role in society. It began to serve not only aesthetic purposes, but also acted as a means of social commentary, reflecting the joys and struggles of everyday life. By examining the art of this period, we can begin to appreciate the complexities of human emotion and experience. Each brushstroke tells a story of struggle, hope, and resilience in the face of change. The preservation of art through the ages also speaks to its enduring nature. As cultures transformed, so too did their artistic expressions, adapting to new realities while maintaining their essence. The legacy of the art created around 500 AD continues to influence contemporary culture. Modern artists draw inspiration from these ancient works, creating a dialogue that bridges the past with the present. Throughout history, the tides of change have demonstrated that art is not merely a reflection of society, but a catalyst for transformation. It challenges perceptions, inspires movements, and ignites change. As we reflect on the art of 500 AD, we see echoes of the human spirit's endurance and creativity. These artistic expressions remind us that no matter the challenges we face, we can always find a way to articulate our experiences. Art has the power to transcend time, connecting us to our past while shaping our future. The cultural shifts that began in 500 AD remind us that creativity remains a fundamental part of the human experience. What stories will future generations tell through their art? As the world entered the 6th century, Byzantine art began to flourish, characterized by its vivid mosaics and iconic religious imagery. This art form not only decorated sacred spaces, but also reinforced the power of the church. These visual narratives offered a glimpse into the divine, captivating the faithful and shaping spiritual life at that time. Simultaneously, the emergence of Islam in the 7th century introduced a new artistic direction. Islamic art, with its intricate geometric patterns and floral motifs, emphasized the beauty of creation without depicting human figures. It reflected cultural beliefs, promoting a unique identity across vast regions. In Europe, The medieval period saw a rise in illuminated manuscripts, where texts were adorned with elaborate illustrations. Monastic scribes, through their labor, not only preserved knowledge, but also infused creativity into the written word. Each manuscript became a work of art in its own right, bridging the sacred and the scholarly. The Carolingian Renaissance further emphasized art's role in society, where Charlemagne championed the revival of classical learning and culture. Artistic endeavors flourished under his reign, with a focus on architecture, manuscript production, and the establishment of schools. Art became vital for political legitimacy and cultural identity. By the 9th century, Viking art reflected the unique cultural identity of Norse societies. Intricate wood carvings and metalwork showcased their mythology and daily life. This art was not just decorative, it conveyed stories of gods, heroes, and the natural world, illustrating a vibrant cultural landscape that thrived in the North. As trade routes expanded during the Middle Ages, cultural exchanges intensified, fostering a renaissance of artistic styles across borders. The influence of Eastern art began to permeate Western traditions, leading to a rich tapestry of hybrid styles. This exchange not only transformed art, but also encouraged broader societal shifts. During the 10th century, the rise of the Gothic style marked a significant architectural shift, with soaring cathedrals and ornate sculptures capturing the light. These structures were not only places of worship, but symbols of civic pride and community identity, merging art with the social fabric of the cities. Meanwhile, in Japan, the Heian period brought forth a flourishing of literature and visual arts, including beautiful poetry and exquisite paintings. These artistic expressions provided a window into the courtly life and values of the era, emphasizing aesthetics, emotional depth, and the fleeting nature of beauty. As Europe approached the 12th century, religious art continued to evolve, with the emergence of the Romanesque style. This style, characterized by rounded arches and robust forms, sought to convey spiritual authority and stability, mirroring societal needs during a time of turbulence and change. In the midst of these cultural developments, women artists began to make their mark, albeit often anonymously. Figures like Hildegard of Bingen contributed to religious music and writing, showcasing the vital role women played despite societal constraints. Their contributions enriched the cultural landscape, paving the way for future generations. By the late 12th century, the rise of universities catalyzed intellectual pursuits. Intertwining art with education, scholars and artists collaborated, creating a vibrant atmosphere of innovation. This fusion of thought and creativity laid the groundwork for the flourishing of the Renaissance in the centuries to come. As the 13th century dawned, the power of patronage became evident, with wealthy families commissioning art to display their status. This practice not only advanced artistic techniques but also democratized art, making it accessible to a wider audience. Art began to play a critical role in societal hierarchy and cultural expression. In the Far East, the Tang dynasty in China witnessed a golden age of art and culture, where painting, poetry, and music flourished. Artists embraced nature as a muse, capturing its beauty in harmonious compositions. This period established foundational principles that would influence generations of artists in East Asia. The Mongol Empire, which emerged in the 13th century, facilitated cultural exchanges across Eurasia, creating a melting pot of artistic expression. This era saw the blending of Eastern and Western styles, resulting in unique artistic forms that echoed the diverse cultures within the empire's vast territory. During the late medieval period, the influence of the Renaissance began to permeate beyond Italy, igniting a passion for humanism and realism in art. Artists like Jan van Eyck and Botticelli inspired a new approach that celebrated the human experience, pushing the boundaries of artistic expression. The invention of oil paint during the Renaissance revolutionized artistic techniques, allowing for greater detail and vibrant colors. This development transformed how artists approached their work, leading to masterpieces that captured the intricacies of the human experience and the world around them. By the 16th century, the Reformation prompted a radical shift in religious art. Artists began to explore secular themes depicting everyday life and human emotions. This broadened the scope of artistic expression, allowing for a more personal connection between the artwork and the viewer. As the Baroque period emerged in the 17th century, art became more dramatic and emotive. Artists like Caravaggio used light and shadow to create tension, drawing viewers into the narrative. This era reflected society's complexities, where art conveyed not just beauty but also deep emotional truths. Simultaneously, the Age of Enlightenment brought forth new philosophical ideas that influenced artistic thought. Artists began to challenge traditional norms and explore the relationship between art and reason, marking a pivotal moment where art became a medium for intellectual discourse and social critique. By the 18th century, the rise of the Rococo style emphasized elegance and ornamentation, reflecting the tastes of aristocratic society. Artists infused their works with playful themes and lighthearted charm, mirroring the social dynamics of the time and the pursuit of pleasure among the elite. As the Industrial Revolution began to reshape society in the late 18th century, artists started to respond to the rapid changes. Movements like Romanticism arose, emphasizing emotion and individual experience as a counter to the mechanization of life. Art became a refuge for the human spirit amid industrial chaos. During the 19th century, photography emerged as a new art form, radically altering the perception of visual representation. Artists began to explore new techniques and subjects, leading to movements like Impressionism that focused on light, color, and the transient moments of life. As art continued to evolve, the 20th century brought forth movements such as Cubism and Surrealism, which challenged conventional perspectives. Artists like Picasso and Dali pushed boundaries, encouraging viewers to explore the deeper layers of meaning within their works, reflecting the complexities of modern life. The global conflicts of the 20th century also influenced art, as artists responded to the chaos and trauma of war. Movements like abstract expressionism emerged, prioritizing emotional expression over representation, allowing artists to channel their feelings into bold and powerful forms. In recent decades, art has continued to serve as a powerful tool for social change. Street art and digital media have emerged as platforms for activism, allowing artists to address contemporary issues like inequality, climate change, and human rights, proving the enduring relevance of art in society. As we look to the future, art's ability to reflect and shape societal values remains stronger than ever. From traditional practices to modern innovations, artists will continue to challenge norms and inspire change, reminding us of the profound impact creative expression has on humanity's journey. Art has always been a mirror, reflecting the tides of change throughout human history. As we continue to navigate our evolving world, the stories told through art will resonate, encouraging future generations to ponder their own journeys through creativity. In the year 500 AD, the world was undergoing significant transformations. The fall of the Western Roman Empire left a power vacuum that would reshape the political landscape of Europe. Amidst this turmoil, art began to reflect the struggles and aspirations of the people, setting the stage for a new cultural identity. As Byzantine culture flourished in the East, its art served as a bridge, merging classical traditions with new religious themes. Iconography became prominent, portraying divine figures that not only conveyed spiritual messages but also illustrated the power of the empire. In the West, the rise of feudalism brought about a distinct shift in artistic expression. Manorial life inspired new forms of art that documented agrarian life, portraying both the toil and the beauty of the rural landscape. These works reflected the deep connection between people and their land. The emergence of illuminated manuscripts marked a revolutionary development in art and literature. Monasteries became centers of creativity, where monks painstakingly illustrated texts, preserving knowledge and serving as the custodians of culture during turbulent times. During this period, the relationship between art and religion grew stronger. Churches commissioned grand sculptures and frescoes, that conveyed biblical stories, serving both an educational purpose and a means of inspiring piety among the faithful. Meanwhile, the rise of the Islamic caliphates introduced a unique artistic style rich in intricate geometric patterns and calligraphy. These elements reflected not only spiritual beliefs, but also the cultural interchanges along trade routes, influencing European art in unexpected ways. As the Middle Ages progressed, the influence of art began to transcend mere aesthetics. It started to play a crucial role in defining social hierarchies and political power, with royal patronage leading to the creation of lasting masterpieces that immortalized their subjects. Art also became a form of protest during this era. The creation of satirical works began to challenge the status quo, with artists using humor and satire to critique the social and political landscape, paving the way for future generations of dissenters. By the 8th century, the Carolingian Renaissance emerged as a notable revival of art and culture in Europe. Charlemagne's efforts to promote education and the arts led to the creation of new artistic styles, which combined classical elements with emerging medieval influences. As trade routes expanded, the transfer of ideas and artistic styles across cultures became more pronounced. The fusion of Eastern and Western influences led to the development of Romanesque architecture, characterized by its rounded arches and robust structure. Art in this period also reflected the complexities of the human condition. The use of detailed portraiture began to emerge, capturing the emotions and individuality of subjects, a stark contrast to previous styles that focused primarily on religious figures. As the Gothic era approached, the role of art in society continued to evolve. Cathedrals began to soar to new heights, their stained glass windows telling stories of faith and community, inviting the light of the divine into everyday life. The increasing importance of towns and cities during this time also stimulated the growth of secular art forms. With the rise of the merchant class, artists began to create works that celebrated daily life, commerce, and the emerging middle class's aspirations. In the realm of music, the period saw the development of new forms that would eventually shape Western music traditions. Gregorian chant became central to religious services, establishing a foundation for musical notation and composition that would flourish in later centuries. Amidst these cultural evolutions, the interplay between art and technology also emerged. Innovations in materials and techniques allowed artists to experiment and express their creativity in unprecedented ways, laying the groundwork for future artistic movements. By the end of this period, the legacy of art as a transformative force in society was firmly established. It had evolved from mere decoration to a vital component of culture, shaping identities and ensuring that the stories of humanity were recorded for generations to come. As our exploration continues, one can see how these cultural shifts were not isolated events. They were influenced by larger movements in society, including religion, politics, and economics, each interwoven into the fabric of history that art vividly portrays. In the next segment of our journey, we will delve deeper into how the Renaissance sparked a reawakening of artistic innovation and humanism, propelling society into a new era of creativity and expression. Art's evolution, intertwined with the narrative of humanity, serves as a profound reminder of our shared history. Each brushstroke, each note, and each chiseled form tells the story of our collective journey through time and culture. As societies continue to evolve, the reflections of the past through art remain vital. They inspire us to question, to explore, and to envision a future shaped by creativity and understanding, echoing the lessons learned from those who came before. As we draw closer to our next chapter, the journey through the tides of change will remind us that art not only chronicles history, but also shapes our futures. Let us ponder how the legacy of creativity continues to influence our world today. As the year 500 AD approaches, art begins to reflect the shifting tides of culture across Europe and Asia. The fall of empires and the rise of new kingdoms give rise to a blend of artistic styles, By integrating elements from various traditions, artists set the stage for a rich tapestry of creative expression. In the Byzantine Empire, art takes on a spiritual dimension. Iconography flourishes with religious themes dominating the canvas. These images not only serve as decoration, but also as conduits for divine connection, reflecting the era's deep-seated beliefs. Simultaneously, in the East, the Gupta Empire in India experiences a golden age of art and culture. Sculptures and paintings depict mythological stories, embodying the region's rich traditions and evolving philosophies. As trade routes expand, so does the exchange of artistic ideas. The Silk Road becomes a vital artery for cultural exchange, leading to a fusion of styles from China to Persia. This intermingling creates a vibrant, artistic landscape filled with color and innovation. In Europe, the collapse of Roman authority gives rise to a new artistic identity. The early medieval period sees the creation of illuminated manuscripts, where monks painstakingly illustrate texts, merging art with spirituality and knowledge. The Renaissance begins to stir as a reaction against the constraints of the medieval period. Artists seek inspiration from classical antiquity, igniting a revival of humanistic values depicted through realism and perspective in their work. As the centuries progress, the influence of art continues to permeate society. The works of artists like Michelangelo and Da Vinci elevate the status of artists, transforming them into revered figures within their cultures. Meanwhile, in Asia, the Tang dynasty is marked by exceptional poetry, painting, and calligraphy. The synergy between these art forms creates a cultural renaissance that emphasizes nature, beauty, and emotional depth. In the Americas, pre-Columbian civilizations manifest their cultural narratives through intricate textiles and pottery. These artworks not only tell historical stories, but also connect generations with their ancestral heritage. As the medieval period wanes, the advent of the printing press revolutionizes the dissemination of art and ideas. With greater access to knowledge, art becomes a tool for education, shaping public opinion and inspiring social movements. The emergence of new artistic movements, such as Baroque and Rococo, reflects the complexities of human emotion and the grandeur of life. Art moves beyond mere representation, delving into the theatrical and the ornate, captivating viewers. In the 18th century, art becomes increasingly tied to social commentary. Artists like Goya begin to address issues of war and injustice, using their platforms to provoke thought and inspire change within society. As the Industrial Revolution unfolds, new technologies emerge, allowing for the creation of diverse art forms. Photography begins to challenge traditional forms, offering a new lens through which to view the world. The 20th century sees the rise of modernism, where artists break with the past to explore abstraction and conceptual art. This shift ignites passionate debates about the nature of art and its role in a rapidly changing world. In the age of globalization, art transcends borders. Influenced by cultural exchanges and digital innovation, artists draw inspiration from diverse traditions, creating a global dialogue that fosters mutual understanding and respect. Art's ability to adapt and evolve reflects the resilience of human creativity. In times of crisis, artists often emerge as voices of truth, challenging societal norms and encouraging introspection through their work. As we navigate through a complex world today, the lessons of art history remind us of its power to inspire change. Every stroke of a brush and every chisel mark reveals the shared human experience across cultures and centuries. The legacy of art challenges us to reflect on our own contributions to society. It encourages a dialogue between past and present, urging us to create a world that values creativity, empathy, and connection. As the tapestry of human civilization continues to unfold, art remains a vital force driving societal progress. It serves as a mirror reflecting our triumphs and tribulations while inspiring future generations to dream and innovate. In conclusion, the evolution of art across the ages is a testament to the unyielding spirit of humanity. As we appreciate the creative expressions of the past, Let us embrace our own roles in shaping the narrative of tomorrow, fostering a world enriched by diversity and imagination.